Concern is growing over Moscow's military buildup at the border to Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has asked the European Union to impose further sanctions on Russia, but the Kremlin insists the troops pose no threat. On Wednesday, the bloc reaffirmed its shared values and commitments with partner countries in Eastern Europe. The EU Commission chief issued a stark warning to Moscow.
Our very first call is on Russia to de-escalate, but we are also prepared for any increasing aggression from Russia's side. As I said, sanctions are in place. Those sanctions could be tightened, but of course there are also sanctions prepared that are additional and coming on top on all the different fields you might think of. And the message is very clear. Should Russia take further aggressive actions against Ukraine, the costs will be severe and the consequences serious. And this is the clear messaging at this time.
For more on this, let's go now to DW Brussels Bureau Chief Alexandra von Namen, who's standing by. Alexandra, we heard there from Ursula von der Leyen saying the consequences would be severe, the costs would be high. We've been hearing these types of warnings coming out of Europe for some time now that should Moscow send troops into Ukraine, that the consequences would be severe. What kind of consequences could we see?
More economic and political sanctions. And diplomats here in Brussels don't really want to go into details publicly, saying that it is a part of the defense to keep some mystery about that. But we do know that the European Commission has prepared a list of potential punitive measures, and they could target Russia's energy sector. They could again target Russia's defense industry. What is also on the table, has been on the table for quite a while, is the proposal to cut off Russia from the electronic payments system SWIFT. The European Union could also try to make it harder for the Russian elites to stash their cash in Europe. And the Commission has already made clear that they are ready to impose sanctions that could really hurt the Kremlin.
Alexandra, the new German Chancellor, Olaf Schultz, is not a rookie by any means, but this is his first EU summit as the Chancellor of this country. Will he take potentially a more aggressive approach towards Russia compared to Angela Merkel?
If you had asked me like 2 days ago, I would have said, no, he is going to continue Merkel's Russia policy because Germany has close economic ties with Russia and sees Russia as a reliable energy supplier, even though I would say that even though we know that one coalition partner in Scholz's government, the Green Party, wants to have a tougher stance on Russia. However, yesterday there was a very significant court ruling in Berlin, with the court saying that it was the Russian state that ordered a killing of a man in broad daylight in Berlin in 2019. And experts are saying that now the German government would need to rethink its Russia policy and maybe take a tougher stance on Russia.
Now, another issue amidst all of this is the Nordstream 2 pipeline. It's built but not in use. This would carry Russian gas into Germany. Let's take a look now at where we stand with this pipeline.
Everything is ready for the new Nordstream 2 pipeline on Germany's Baltic coast. In just a few years, the more than 1,200-kilometer-long natural gas pipeline was laid parallel to Nord Stream 1, from Russia's Ust-Luga to Lubmin on Germany's Baltic coast. All that's missing is permission from German and EU authorities. And that could be difficult, since according to European law, the energy supplier and the network operator are not allowed to be the same company. The EU wants to prevent the energy supplier from gaining too much power. With Nord Stream 2, Russian-majority state-owned Gazprom supplies the gas, and an affiliate operates the pipeline. Critics of Nord Stream say Russia could use the pipeline as leverage. Now, the Nord Stream 2 consortium plans to establish an affiliate in Germany, which would then operate the pipeline independently of Gazprom. But critics of the project contend that it's just a trick to get around EU legislation.
Alexandra, could this pipeline become the leverage that perhaps Chancellor Scholz needs or might require in dealing with Russia now?
It could, and we have to say that the pressure on the German government to state clearly that this pipeline is not going to be put into operation if Russia uses force against Ukraine is increasing. Yesterday I spoke with the Latvian Prime Minister and with the Polish Prime Minister, and both politicians told us that they think that this project was a bad idea and that Russian President Vladimir Putin is already using Nord Stream 2 as a political weapon. So the pressure on the German government is mounting.
DW Brussels Bureau Chief Alexandra von Namen. Thank you, Alexandra.